Howdy. So I want to bring up something today, and it's a dirty little secret one of these little YouTubers running around has, and they're keeping away from some of you people that are now protecting them. Once it comes out, you guys are not going to like this little dirty little secret this YouTuber is carrying right now. And this is directly to them. They know who they are. I hope to God they see this. How can you say you want justice for two kids right here in Indiana, but in the same breath, as a threat to get somebody to do what you want them to do, in the same breath, you're going to say you want to kidnap, torture, and kill kids? It's my real question to you. How in the hell, in the same breath, you say you want justice for two kids here, but in the same breath, you want to torture, kidnap, and kill kids? How in the hell can you come on this platform and mark my words, I will run you off this platform? How in the hell can you actually say you want justice for two kids who were killed, but in the same breath say you want to do the same thing to others? I always thought you were no good, but now I even know. I've seen with my own eyes how of a little pissant you really are. You are sick as they come. You don't scare me. You've already made threats to me, made threats to another victim's mom. Now it's threats to kidnap, torture, and kill kids. You are about as sick as they come. You've got some YouTubers backing you right now as we speak. What the hell? And they say they want justice for kids. Then to go on and say that to get somebody to do what they want, you're sick. But I also want to bring up another thing that's going to be coming in. I've had multiple YouTubers tell me to shut up if I want to get on the same level as some other YouTubers. I want to bring something up. I want to ask why. Like William Duff. Look right now on Jared German's friends list. Guess who's friends with him? A politician's son. Still holds rank within the GOP right there in Carroll County. Why do you not want to bring this up? You got politicians' own sons getting very little sentences out of dealing meth, the same ring that Derek belongs to. Like, why shut up? Why don't say anything? It needs to be said. You got politicians, you've got deputies, you've got officers, friends and affiliations in and around this drug ring, but yet don't say a word. When this drug ring showing around multiple cases, including Delphi and Carinas, I've got an IMPD officer right now. I was giving names in around Carina and Delphi case, and it goes back to cases down in IMPD, Indianapolis. Multiple. And I've got an IMPD officer actually said, whoa, there's actually ties and connections that are being shown. So I'm going to ask you other YouTubers, why do you not want to say anything about that drug ring? How deadly it is and how it's showing around other cases like Nicole Bowens. Right there. I brought that up to the prosecutor and was like, hey, you might want to look at these, this, and this name back to this drug ring. They did so. What they get out of Kurtz? We killed her for that, drug ring. And then you got Ashley Garth, friends of both Anna and Derek, both sides of the families. Nothing to see there. You got Toby Garbs. Sorry, Alex. I'm on live. Sorry, was getting a call off somebody. But one thing I'm going to bring up is, why do you not want to bring this up? Why do you want to remain silent? If I want to get on your level, I won't say anything about that. Why? Well, I've already got a GoPro. And that's the same thing. I'll start actually start doing that, knocking on some doors, Same, like Crispy, I seen what you said. I'm not afraid of doing that right now. Start knocking on some doors, start asking some hard questions. It's not trespassing if I'm actually following a lead. It's technically media. Some of these names in around this ring. There's a recent case in about 4 hours. I made a nice little threat to this drug ring. Either she comes forward or one of you come forward that are friends with her that are showing right now back to other cases. Either you come forward with information or she comes forward. About 4 hours after I made a post directed at this ring, they finally, within 4 hours later, there was a silver alert canceled. That's what I was showing in and around that ring. Either they come forward or somebody around her comes forward. Lo and behold, gave them to midnight. 4 hours later, silver alert canceled. But it blows my mind where a YouTuber comes on and says they want justice for kids. But like I said, if anybody missed this, in the same words, same mouth, same breath, saying you want justice for kids, saying you want to kidnap, torture, and kill kids, you have no right to be talking about this case or any other case involving children when you want to do the same thing. Threaten somebody with the same thing to go through the same hell, but this time by your hands, to get somebody to do what you want. This individual's this big. And there's individuals right now, right here on YouTube, telling, oh, I have your back. They got to mess with you, they're going to mess with me. Well, when the law comes for you, it's coming. When this comes out, I like to see these same YouTubers saying, oh my God, I said I was going to protect this guy. Oh my God. I'm calling him out right now. You don't scare me. I'll stand up in front of a victim's mother that you threatened. You've already threatened me. Where are you at? And yes, I know Indiana's a one-side state when it comes to recording. Only one person needs to agree with that recording for it to be legal. I already know that, Chris. But hands down, we're going to go back, like I said, there's political parties both in Howard County and Carroll County. The affiliations of this drug ring that originates in Kokomo. And it's not just a drug ring. It's got child sexual predators involved. It's got sex and drugs. Along with that child predator issue going on in and around it. And that's been going on for ages now. Let's just put it this way. One of the individuals, Cam Hope, one that used to run that, one of her little boys, she called son, ended up getting a underage girl pregnant, ended up marrying her. Didn't know that. Cam Hope's friends about every dealer, anybody in and around that drug ring. Bet you didn't know that, did you? It pays, like I said, to know things from that Foster Park crew that goes on to this Kokomo crew. I know a lot you guys don't know. This sexual predator issue has been going on for ages now. I want you to look back when it comes to 2018. That video I did with KPD. I got tracked down on the streets by a victim, a missing girl's mom and grandmother. I end up somehow passed the same girl that same night, end up calling her mom, tracked her down to, it's called Kokomo Towers. I guarantee I ID'd her. I told her mother the exact bag, every detail of that bag, the backpack she was wearing, what she was wearing, and where she went. Lo and behold, she was found at a child sexual predator yet again. The second time within 48 hours, there's a missing underage girl that was found right there at his apartment. And Danny DeMolin, I know. He's aka the Pimp of Kokomo. That's what everybody names him. When his 16 charges come for prostitution, it was his money and his connections that got him out of that. I had a uh, juror that was actually on his case looked at me and was like, it had been his money and his ties that got him out of that. Because watching those videos, the videos that put in for evidence, they looked at me and they were like, it was like watching pornos. I don't know how he got out of that. Watching those is just like watching pornos. That's how bad those videos were. But I knew from being a hanger on at Mobile Ground Shakers, he moved his little pay to play, the prostitution, into motorcycle clubs like Mobile Ground Shakers and a few others around town. Melville had on Friday and Saturday nights, depending on what night they wanted, after the bars closed, Mobile would open up their motorcycle club for an after party. After the bars closed, they would open up the motorcycle club for an AK after set. It's after the party. At the bar stopped, they opened up the clubhouse, drinks, you name it, on donation where they didn't have to have a liquor license, which God knows you're serving liquor for a price, but oh, you don't have to get a liquor license? Well, that's the first time I ever seen Phelps. Before I ever seen his picture, kind of knew who he was. And everybody's saying he was part of that Lafayette crew. There is no Lafayette crew. It goes right back to Kokomo. The Kokomo Good Old Boy clubs. You got officers, friends with people and dealers in that drug ring, and got their family, like mothers and wives, friends with dealers in that 2018 plus drug ring. But nothing to see here. And I want you to use your mind. What did the Patties do? They assess properties. When you assess properties, who do you report to county-wise if it's in that county? Nita Duff, the assessor. Good close ties with Nita Duff and her son within that family. Nita Duff was actually at the time a secretary with the GOP, Republican Party. Who all was Republicans? McClellan, good friends with Nita. Then you got, let's see, former Judge Fouts, now proven, ousted, part of that Kokomo drug ring, sex-wise, the sex side of things, fact. Zachary. And I've actually seen some of those names, Chris, you brought up. And the one thing I did do, I've got the super chats, they're open now, got memberships. Unlike these other YouTubers using it to, get junk food for the mouths, a desk for them, for their husband. Mine's to get drones up and actually be on scene in some of these cases where I can actually do a slow version of actually aerial. And I've got a GoPro. And that's the thing, if I have anybody with me, this will be on them, not me. There's going to be a GoPro sitting right here. I had them walk trails, do whatever I need to do. So anything given would be going directly to back to that. It'd be back to that, and it'd be getting to locations like on scene, like Delphi, and a few other cases where I'm actually on scene. Sorry, I got a cat trying to climb up the curtain. Yeah, kittens, and they're thinking it's right behind me. The curtain's a climbing pad. Give me a second. They see the light and they see the curtain. They think it's a nice little new something else to climb. So sorry about that. But like I said, we got YouTubers saying if I want to get on their level, not to talk about this drug ring. Well, when you got individuals from politicians, deputies, officers, friends and affiliations that go back to other corrupt officers like Keith Evans, the corrupt officer from KPD, the only reason he was busted when a little old lady admitted that he went and got her how. But Heath Evans ended up going for welfare call for a little old lady. While he was there in duty, in uniform on duty, she ended up asking him at the end of this, "Hey, I need somebody to go get my meds." He offered to go get her medicine, which ended up being fentanyl patches. Ended up taking about half of those fentanyl patches, and without her noticing, until after he left, he ended up asking her, actually, "How do you put these on? How do these work?" Unbeknownst to her, she showed him how to do it and everything. Well, he was high on fentanyl. Not narcotics, just narcotics. It was fentanyl patches. He was higher than a kite, on duty, in uniform, even went back to the station. They did an internal review, and yeah, he was high on duty. I've actually had a few within the string saying that addiction didn't just start with that little old lady. Telling her fentanyl patches. I've actually had a few in and around that ring actually say he was actually getting narcotics off that ring, dealing wise, while in uniform, but he was hiding the fact that he was getting those. He turned his camera off on his chest. He'll turn his car off in the meeting spot where the car camera audio wouldn't pick it up, and he'd be doing dealings right out of that squad car, right there, in uniform, getting narcotics off this dealers in this ring. He had the addiction way before then. He had an opportunity to get some fentanyl patches. Well, he took it, beat his addiction. He had it years before that even came to light. And you can't tell me you see an officer all jacked up, higher than a kite at work. No, they're kind of tweaking out, and yet you're not going to say anything? It's the blue line protecting a brother. Sick. But yet I've got people telling me right now, other YouTubers saying if I want to get on their level, don't speak about this ring. The ring where it goes back to the missing killed cases. Don't talk about that. Shh. I wasn't alive here recently. Told it if I brought that up, I'd be getting kicked off of it. I had people in the comments asking questions. Lo and behold, I got kicked. For what? Speaking about what they don't want to bring up. Why do you not want to bring this up? That's my question. You want to work this case, you want to talk about things in and around this case, but when it comes to this drug ring, oh, no, that's a touchy subject. Don't bring that up. I like to know why. The child predator part, there's multiple individuals, even dealing, still with this ring, that have the child predator part. You actually had one of the dealers, believe it or not, in 2018 raids. He was a crossing guard for a local elementary school. How I knew this, when he got busted, I looked at my ex. I was like, isn't that the crossing guard for where her oldest goes to school? We were dumbfounded. How many dealings right there as being a elementary school crossing guard? How many dealings do you do right there? Parents driving by. This cat's driving me nuts. Sorry about that. But like I said, I looked at her. I was like, how many times do you deal while being a crossing guard? Walking up to, like how you would do to us, talk to us, have the money right there, the drugs in that one hand, and getting a bunch of drugs in the other. Up, here you go. As being a crossing guard, the parents going in and around that elementary school made me wonder. I even looked at her, and she said the same thing. I wonder how many dealings he did right there at that elementary school. That was silent. Elementary school didn't even speak up. Oh yeah, by the way, we're sorry to inform you, didn't let the parents know of these elementary school kids where, yes, one of our crossing guards was caught dealing for the 2018 raids. Didn't let any of these parents know. I got a feeling half of these parents did not know or was informed that, yes, one of the crossing guards for our children was a dealer in their raids. They left that nice and silent. KPD didn't even speak up about it, knowing about it. That's putting kids' lives at risk. Then I seen a PE teacher for a middle school right there, not too far from Kokomo Police Department. Her friends in and around this ring all over the place, friends with multiple dealers. And I'm looking at KPD. I'm like, all it takes is her pissing off one of her friends, and for them to come to the school, that's putting the kids at risk. But yeah, putting children's lives at risk, being friends with even dealers, all I had to do is piss one of them off and them come looking for her, knowing where she works. That's putting children's lives at risk. I said that, and this teacher was like, oh my God, that's defamation. How's it defamation when you're right there friends with multiple dealers? It's not defamation, it's actually speaking the truth. And Chris, I like the way you're thinking. That's the same thing I've actually already said. Some of these business owners owns a local salon. There's one actually owns a local bar right downtown. Local salon. He goes in around this ring. It's time to set up some tripods and actually set up and actually stand right in front of some of these businesses, including a real estate company. And if you look up, Jesus, but if you look up the cartel within the U.S. in 2018, they did admit it was a cartel drug ring. But if you look up what is the number one way the cartel launders money, it's through real estate. They buy properties, they have people assess these properties, pay these people off to assess these properties for more than what they got, and then they sell the properties, make a profit, launder the money, dirty money, turn it into clean at the same time. And start using your head. Same drug ring, cartel wise. Derek Soltor. What did the Patties do? They assess these properties. You got an assessor that actually they reported to on these properties. Their family dealing got busted more than once, mind you. It's not just one dealing, but two, and you can't tell me you didn't know your family was dealing meth. Come on. Especially living above you. You can't tell me you had money coming in, wads of cash, people coming in and out of your house all hours of the day. And you can't tell me you did not know we're having no job, being a felon, hard to get work, didn't have a job, had a lot of cash all the time, and had people coming in and out of the house, and they were leaving and coming and going out of that house all the time, and you had no clue what was going on. I'm not taking it. I'm not believing it. And just like some of these families where the drug ring dealing in that is not said during the Delphi case. Got to keep the squeaky clean image, or the donations aren't going to come in. Kind of sick. You got multiple family members dealing, but yet let's keep this secret. Let's not say a word. Why? Would it ruin a certain image you're trying to keep? National media, others come to find out that, oh, more than one individual that should be a suspect is actually close friends with more than one in your own family. But back to that one YouTuber. I keep bringing this up because there's multiple YouTubers backing this one YouTuber, and it makes me sick. How can you say you want justice for kids, but then go around, make threats, and you keep saying you're going to make these threats come true of having other children going missing, tortured, and killed by your own hands? And here you are trying to ask for donations to get more products, more gear. I'm afraid you get that money, you're going to go through with your promise. Any money you get, you're going to hold back, and I guarantee you, it makes me sick to even think that you might go through with your little promise you've made. More kids go missing and killed. What'll make me even worse sick is if you actually start talking about those cases. The description and the way you said it makes me wonder if you know more on what you're talking about now and you're just using Delphi case, hiding what you know, especially for your dealer. That ring you threatened me with, you know more. And for you to say that to somebody just to try to get your way, you want to do that to other kids? You really make me wonder if you don't have some involvement with these two girls here, or if you know more on what you're talking about and you're just using their case as the money bags. Hide the dealers, your buddies, your tweakers that you tweaked out with, just to get a little bit extra money to fill your wallet where you can go get more meth. I think you're doing the same thing now, just like you did. You're trying to act like you're good, but yet you're just trying to get that next meth in your pipe. I'm calling you out now. I guarantee if you take a drug test, you're going to fail it again. You're sick. And notice I'm not giving out names. I know, and I've seen some stuff. They can deny it all they want. But yeah, anything else that needs to be brought up? That's a few other things I'm going to bring up. I'm going to do like another screen grab where I'm mirroring my screen. I'm going to start showing you a few things like Lame Duff. And it's Derek, like I've said before, he's still in and around that drug ring. Recent charges of dealers. Guess who they're friends with? It's not the only one. A dealer like yourself, and you know more than who, what, when, where, and why. You and your family's deciding to do nothing, say nothing. It's sick. Can't wait for that to come out in court. Everything you've been hiding, the prosecuting stateside's been trying to hide, comes out in the open. Goes back to that drug ring and the fact that drug ring shown around other missing and killed cases. This silence is doing nothing but allowing other missing kids and adults alike their cases to happen. And everybody that's seeing and knowing this, doing nothing, saying nothing. And some of this, if the membership, I do have it open, I'll be doing some members only, where I'll be going deep diving into some of this. Some of the stuff I've been kind of sitting back, not saying about openly, even on here. I'll be doing members only chats, and that's where we go and deep dive into some of this. I'll be doing some of the subjects that you're asking me to bring up, names, affiliations, anything like that. You'll notice on my page, you don't have to worry about doing abbreviations. AG, this, that, and the other. Say it as you wish. No reason to hide it, no reason to abbreviate it. All I got to say is that they have nothing to hide. Why aren't you speaking out about some things? Why are you staying silent on a few things? You got nothing to hide. But I know one YouTuber's got a dirty little secret right now, and it's about to come out. I've backed him in the wall right now. I'm calling him out right now. If you want to do that to kids, you got to come through me first. I don't care how much it takes. I'll be there the time when you go to try to do it. It ain't gonna happen, fool. You can threaten it all you want, but I'll be there to make sure. Those kids are going nowhere. Your dirty little secret you're trying to hide right now, it's not gonna happen on my life. You gotta go through me, motherfucker. Excuse my language. This is a message directly to him. You want to get after those kids? You want another couple cases that you can speak about? You've already made the threats, but you got to go through me. I'm going to be a hell of a... I'm not even going to say it on here. I'm going to be nice. I've got more than this right here. You got to go through an army to get to those kids, little boy. You're sick. And how you're throwing yourself out here on YouTube trying to act like you want justice for kids, but then to say you want to do that to others, all I got to say is you got to go through me. I know some things that you didn't think I know. I've seen some things that you didn't think I'd see. So I'm calling you out. And it's the truth. You've already said it. You made the threats. You want to go through with these threats. You got to go through me. It ain't going to happen. You can fantasize it all you want. You can threaten it all you want. Got to get through me, though. I'm trying not to cuss like a sailor right now, but you got to go through me, you little piece of shit. I ain't afraid of your little 7 felonies. I'm legally allowed to do this. I got a legal license to carry. You come after 2 kids, you got to come through me. My cold dead hands. You'll get those kids.